Hi, I'm Eric Franklin and I'm here with Chelsea, and we're going to look at how to perform a healthy functional side bend in yoga. But of course this movement also happens in Pilates and dance and many methods. So let's take a look at the anatomy. Here's a pelvis made of two innominates, a sacrum and a tailbone, or two pelvic halves, and there's some movement within the pelvis, of course, which is quite uniquely human. Now, when you do a side bend, you're obviously shifting the weight on top of the pelvis, and that's going to create some changes in the joints. This is the sacrum, and if I bend to the left, I'm obviously shifting my weight a little bit onto the left side of the pelvis, including the left side of the sacrum. And that's actually going to cause the sacrum to nod forward a little bit, which is called nutation, but more on the side I'm moving towards. At the same time, that's going to cause the opposite side of the pelvis to open up a little bit and the pelvic half on that side to rotate back. And we call this an opening, an open spiral on the right side. When you go to the left, exactly the opposite is going to happen. The sacrum is going to nutate, but a little bit more on the right, and the left side of the pelvis is going to open a little bit. So let's try that with the help of a prop. So now I've placed a sponge between the two pelvic halves so we can more clearly see what happens in the pelvis when we do lateral flexion. If I flex my spine to the left, the right side will rotate back and open up. If I bend my spine to the right, the left side will rotate back and open up a little bit. This here is the action. Now I'm going to put the sponge and the pelvic bones in front of Chelsea's pelvis as she performs lateral flexion. So we have this kind of action and we have that kind of action. And we have this kind of action and we have that kind. Of course, we also have a little bit of a side shift, but the pelvis really should not rotate like this. And if you try to keep the pelvis square in a side bend, you're going to very much have resistance to the movement. Now I'm going to be stepping behind Chelsea and helping her with this movement using touch. So I have my hands here on the pelvis, specifically on these bones here in front, called the anterior superior iliac spines. And when Chelsea bends her spine to the left, she's going to feel the right side here opening, like that. And when she's going to the right, she's going to feel the left side opening like that. So let's try that one more time. Right side opening and left side opening. And this is a small movement, but it definitely makes a big difference to have this image. Now, what happens if I hold the pelvis and do not let the two sides counter-rotate? So just think of the pelvis as a box or squaring it somehow. You have less range of movement, or you have resistance to the movement. So that's definitely not a good idea. So let's try it again correctly. So now you have the right side opening, a little bit of counterbalancing as well, and the left side opening. There we go. So you can think of these bones here at front also going down and up in the side bend. That would be another image you can use. So how exciting is that? Your pelvis is mobile. It adjusts to the shifting of weight in lateral flexion. And if you visualize that, you're going to have more range of movement and you will feel a whole lot more comfortable. So if you enjoyed this video, then there's plenty more out there for you. If you go to our website, franklinmethod.com, you can sign up for our free newsletter and receive more great ideas on how to be healthier in your body and increase the comfort in all movement styles, specifically yoga, dance, and Pilates.